Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay. The next item of business is Remuda Group's happenings. Yay. The good stuff.
Good stuff. The good stuff.
Kathy, will you tell us about presentation of Good Neighbors Award?
Yes. Get you out of here by 7. Well, actually, I believe it would be your privilege to present our 2010 Remuda Good Neighbor Award. Our honoree is present.
2010. Oh, wow. He's actually here too. Steve,
Yeah.
Mr. Public.
I don't know what I did.
I don't know.
I did get a quieter truck. Maybe that was it.
That was it.
I think that was it. Thank you.
Great food and drink, much
thank
less
you.
everything
I think
we've done for the
that's it.
association.
And I hope that y'all enjoyed that Cats game because it might be the last one anybody ever gets to go to.
Oh,
The
no
I
one's
thought
pulling the
that-
plug?
the blocks should have been changed today. I bet they'll be changed by sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, really? They're going under.
Yeah.
Did you get paid?
No.
Did you get your stuff out?
I got my stuff out. I mowed a large sum. I'm owed a large sum
I'm
of
gonna have
money.
to check my light. This is kind of an odd setting
Check
here.
it. It worked.
Let me go one more.
One more broader, so watch your eyes.
Okay. Try it again.
Here we go.
Okay, stand up straight, Steve. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
That's a
better.
photographer. Would you look good?
Yeah,
They come out.
no slouching. Yeah, that's
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Let me see that.
I'm surprised the Rangers don't get involved and help them all up there. Yeah,
You think the Rangers would help?
Pretty good insight.
Yeah, that's not their
President's Caddy.
I understand that, but still, it's supposed to be all community service. Since most,
Maybe nobody's mentioned it to them.
they ought to mention it, I think the Rangers ought to get involved.
There's other problems bigger than that.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
There is some management issues there. And, there's just a lot of
cigarette
Oh. And I thank y'all. I gotta go pick up a kid.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Steve.
Glad you came.
Thank y'all very much.
Enjoy keeping that for a little while.
I will.
The women's
It
club,
travels.
the women's club has fertilized the front and mowed the front. Entrance gate, now we've mulched, we're ready for winter.
Looks good. Looks great.
And we're gonna have our meeting, the doors have been fixed by Darren Daughtery. They look brand new. So
Do you have them now?
Yes, they're in my hall. And we'll be putting them up pretty soon. I want to paint the frame. And our next meeting will be December 1st at 7 o'clock at Mary Diaz's house. I guess that's about it.
Thank you. The rec area looks great. Thank you. Thank y'all for getting that organized and showing it. How far did they get with the trail?
50 feet short of having it complete.
We're down to the concrete slab.
You're down to the slab? That's awesome.
We like about 50 feet completed.
Good. How many people y'all have turn out, Bernie?
What, 10 or 12?
About 12 probably.
12 out of 200 homes. That's not hitting very high. That's good. I think it's good.
You made it happen. Bob, you have a report on
Nothing to report.
No break-ins?
Not that I know of.
Put in the meeting minutes that there was a truck stolen from East Paloma on September 21st.
Yeah.
Was stolen. I mean, was. It was stolen, it was wrecked. Oh, it ended up being a 15-year-old kid that was driving it when he told it.
Oh my God.
So he's a minor,
They won't do nothing.
so they don't do anything but say community service.
Did he hotwire it or did
Broke into it somehow or other.
Well, the parents are held responsible if he's a minor.
Well, I think he's going to
Underage.
get community service, and so the person is just without a truck now.
Okay, we're in the members' comments part of our agenda. Is any of the members would like to take a minute and make some comments or speak or ask a question?
My question
I
is,
can't see everybody, so.
my question is on the Kavanaugh issue. That bothers me more than anything else. To have that kind of money spent out for someone that says he's supposed to be a good neighbor, that he fights it
He
tooth and
sues us
nail.
every
and
chance he gets.
And that's abuse of the authority, I mean, abuse of the judicial system.
It is.
Where do we stand as far as the,
He dropped the case against
He dropped
us.
the case, so
When he went for summary judgment and lost it, he dropped the case.
so who pays for the legal expenses?
The
each
association.
party pays.
We all
their-
do. Homeowners.
Yeah, so we pay ours.
But our legal counsel said if he brings up even one item on that lawsuit again, we will get, we have grounds for the, what is that? It's not chapter 13.
Article 13.
Article 13,
Frivolous lawsuit.
because he brought it up and he dropped the lawsuit. So if any of those are brought up, it will go under Article 13.
Which would be reimbursement of previous legal fees.
That's why he dropped it, he knew that he was in trouble.
Well, when he didn't get the summary judgment, he knew that he wasn't going to
Exactly.
win in court. And if we'd have gone to court, we could have gotten probably our lawyer's fees and all that. But he dropped it because he knew he's not stupid. You know,
Just me.
just
Well, I have a question. Along that same line, though, if we didn't have any money, would he still be suing us or not sue
probably
us?
not because he wants to bankrupt us, and
Okay,
that's
that's
his
the
goal.
objective
His
of
goal
him?
is to bankrupt us because the fact that we do seek counsel because we're not lawyers.
So when we get down to
Has he ever put-
$500, basically he'll leave us alone.
Has he
About
ever-
the-
has
about
he
the
ever
way
put
it
that
But
in
John,
writing
it's
bankrupt?
not us here that's sitting at this
Really?
table, it's Remuda.
Well, I know.
It's
I'm saying-
Remuda's money, it ain't
I
it
know
ain't
that,
the
believe me.
association's money.
Except that, a good attorney would counsel that against him.
Well, and if we have an opportunity, then I'm sure that'll be available, but right now, because he had initiated the original case, we don't have an opportunity to use that. And as Shelby said, if it comes back, then we have an opportunity to bring all that.
Only time I ever hear from that man is when he wants me to do something for him.
That's about right.
And I'm just congenial, say, I'll think about it. Have a good
That's a
day.
smart man.
Sarah, any other comments?
No,
I appreciate that. We're all frustrated.
Anybody else want to say anything?
How much money have y'all spent on lawsuits suing people?
Us?
In
Yeah.
total,
well, 20
Don't know,
grand,
do
they say.
you? I didn't think you did.
I can't tell you off the top of my head.
It was over 16,000.
We spent this year over 16,000. When last week when I had it all totaled up, you know, now we're talking about 12,000.
Kavanaugh versus
1,200 more.
Bermuda's usually.
We have awards of 20, or 33,000 total this year.
okay, we'll move on now to committee reports, ACC, and I see my name next to it.
Oh, Tom, that's just because you're on the ACC. Greg gave me this paperwork. There was the fence, the Vandercook fence. Was
The Vandercook things.
Yeah, I have that paperwork.
Yeah, that was approved, I saw that go through.
Okay.
And, DRC.
I have, for 2010, obviously have 13 restriction violations. 10 are closed, 11 are closed, and we have 2 in court. That would be for an animal and an unpainted structure. This sign one was closed. For 2011, we have 34 deed restriction violations, of which 30 are closed, and we have 4 open, which are 2 animals, 1 sign, and 1 derelict. Which we will. What's that?
None of those are in court?
No,
Those are still in
no,
court?
not in 2011.
Right, those are in
We
court.
have 1 court case right now. And that's the Viper.
That's the only outstanding case.
No, right now.
Kathy, did you sign it?
Yes.
Okay, so deed restriction violation updates. You don't want to go ahead and discuss these. First one is for, we have kid goats at lot 16, block 5. And also at that same residence, they have a derelict car, so we might as well discuss both of these at once, because they all have the same dates. Basically, we've been giving them extensions since this began in May. We gave them a final extension through this board meeting. To date, they have not complied. The owner, said that she had the signatures, and when I pressed her for the actual paperwork, she said, "Oh, it's just verbal." And I said, "Well, we need to get written." So at that point, it hasn't happened. And then the car, there's always, it just hasn't been used. I'll just leave it at that. There's always something that seems a calamity that's been happening. So.
So we discussed her. Right, case, executive session.
And then the last one is the Wake Up America sign. I would like to go ahead and discuss this. There's a Wake Up America sign on a dovetail trailer ramp at lots 11 and 12, lot 7. We did mail a certified letter to them saying it was a deed restriction. I would like to go ahead and discuss this. The narrative is,
About, should we discuss that in executive session?
I prefer to do it now
Okay.
while everyone's here.
Fine. Okay, so we got more Wake Up America signs.
We have one Wake Up America sign on the trailer. I did go by there the other day. I haven't been by there in months.
What about you, Bob? You've been by recently?
But
I saw it
nevertheless, I
yesterday.
saw it, and it is permanently mounted on there. It gives the appearance of being permanently mounted. I would like to make a motion. We can have a second and then discuss.
Here we go.
I would like to make a motion that we do not consider this to be a deed restriction violation. We can discuss it and see what we think.
Make a second on the motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you,
Okay,
Kathy.
discussion.
You're saying you do not think it should be a deed
I do
restriction?
not think it's a deed restriction violation. I felt that the whole time. I feel that we're going to get into an area where we're getting too nitpicky. I think we should consider that since it's permanently mounted on the trailer. It's not just taped up there. I think we should consider it the same thing as a bumper sticker or a magnetic sign or someone that has a Amplin plumbing on their vehicle. And the difference is because it's permanently attached. If I see that trailer going down the road, it better have that sign on it.
I agree.
Okay, now what would be the action if you saw it go down the road? No sign
I
on it.
will take a picture of it, and then if the sign appears on it again in the lot, it will be in support.
Okay, we're in our deed restrictions, I should say you cannot attach a sign to a trailer, take it up and you move your trailer and reattach it.
It doesn't say you can have bumper stickers either, Warner. I'm just viewing it
No,
as a bumper sticker.
what I'm trying to say here is how far would we get is the problem. I mean, we can take pictures, yes. And we have a record, and if we have other issues, then we can point that out as being part of the larger
Well,
issue.
I'm not saying it would
If-
come off. I'm just saying right now.
It's not where anybody's driving down the road sees it unless you turn and go down.
I mean, I know where the sign is. I
Yeah.
looked at it yesterday when I was walking the
Yeah.
dog up there and spying, obviously.
Oh my gosh, you're spying.
I was just taking neighborhood watch and driving
Sure,
around
no,
through the
I'm
whole
just-
neighborhood
I'm
watching.
Using the spying as a
I
celebrity
go
comment.
all over.
Here is what my thinking is. When we reformulate our deed restriction
Yes, sir.
covenants and so on, I think at this point we could possibly make a definition saying, okay, a sign which is in proportion to the vehicle and is indeed part of the vehicle, the trailer as a usual thing, as opposed to being rather oversized and just there maybe to aggravate or depending on the message it contains. I think it will be very difficult to formulate in a fashion that would make sense or stand up in court easily, but we might address it sort of like friendly suggestions of what not to do. But then again, it might inspire some people to do that.
I think it's
So I don't know. I thought about it
Might
several
instead
times.
of putting, like saying you're allowed one sign per lot,
It's already on there.
I think that,
anything more than that,
I think this is a clear case of an individual that's trying to push a rule. And I think, I agree with Sheldon. I think we should ignore this. We should say this is like a bumper sticker. Leave it alone.
For the time being, just ignore it, but yet keep our eyes open.
Now, as the deed restriction review committee moves forward, and should that actually come about, and we vote on that amendment, there may be a way to address that. And if there is, fine. If there isn't, then we're still good.
Because y'all will need to address the signs.
Signs.
Signs in
So the
general.
good thing is the judge clearly liked our deed restriction violation log. The lawyer was not aware of this, but
Whoa.
the judge said that we are following, the judge liked how we were interpreting the deed restrictions and acknowledged that we have the right to do
Thank
so. Our lawyer simply did not know that in our March meeting last year where we had passed what we considered to be our criteria, the spirit sticks, things like that, had the judge seen that, she would have further praised us for that. So we do have that rough in the making, what we currently kind of view as I wouldn't say we don't do
Ornamental
anything, or
signage
right, the
versus-
signage was in harmony with the building. It was not, anyway, it was strictly yard art, just like I had a sign that says welcome on our house.
Will there be any grandfathering after the new committee makes their new rules?
Deed restrictions are always grandfathered.
Okay.
Yeah, it would depend on what it is too, though, John.
Okay, do we need a motion? Oh, we have a
We have a
motion
motion,
on
we
the
just,
table.
what other further
Is
discussion?
there any further discussion?
Is everyone
Okay,
ready to
I have
vote?
one thought here. What is the benefit of us even having this?
Because we need to drop this. I want to give 20 days to deed restriction.
It's currently a
Well,
deed
because we want a
restriction.
lawsuit against it, and so we need to follow suit with that one or decide that it is not a violation.
The board has to act consistently. We either have to take action on this
Right.
and drop it, or take action on it.
And I'm not going to decide that on my own. I need the board to do that.
Okay, so since it's on a trailer and it moves around and all that kind of stuff, or we figure it does, this is on a trailer.
At least
But it's
in
permanent-
court
As
it
opposed to a
was
tree. It's
testified
permanently
that
mounted,
it does. In
but-
court, I heard testimony from a certain individual that indeed this trailer moves about doing things while the sign is attached. That is what we were told. In court,
Oh.
under oath. Not by me, of course.
But it is permanently attached, and that was my concern.
Okay. We have a motion, we have a second, we have further discussion. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Oh, not unanimously.
I'm sorry.
I don't put that in anyway, but it wasn't unanimous.
You voted no? Okay.
Well, you didn't give me the opportunity, but I would have.
I was trying to not.
Okay, so who seconded that,
No,
Susan?
I'm kidding.
I
Kathy?
Kathy, what was your thinking? I meant to vote no.
Well,
Because
it
it is
doesn't matter
neither.
anymore, does it?
Is,
No, I'm just curious.
I want to back
When-
up for a second. Are A and B the same thing?
Well, they're same house.
Same house.
One's they have a car, and then they have the two
Kid
kid
goats.
goats that came with the house.
Okay, so what we've done is we've given them, the car has nothing to do with the variances and goals.
Correct. The
Okay.
car just needs to be moved.
And we've asked them, and they have until today to get the necessary signatures for the variance request, and they say that they have verbal approval, they just haven't come in with written. So our two courses of action, or three, I guess, ignore it.
I think Marvin wanted to discuss this in executive session.
Well, I wonder if we need to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm posing this as a question to the board. There are three courses of action. We can ignore it, let it roll, which is not going to be the right thing to do. We could talk about it in executive session.
It's fine.
We could decide tonight that we just need to file a case to make this thing happen, which would be one course of action. The other course of
Hello.
action would be some kind of middle ground that says, okay, in 14 days we're going to file a case and we're going to get this information filed.
Well, I will say that I have not sent them a certified letter because I have all the emails and that, but I don't know how that carries in court. So
I think they need to be, I think they need to
I
have that.
I think that we,
I would suggest that we can resolve this pretty quickly now. Let's authorize Shelby to send a certified letter with the appropriate information,
yeah, I'll do 45 days from receipt of the,
and then we'll do 45 days from receipt, and hopefully in
Instead
45
of
days
just
we'll
talking.
have this thing resolved and we won't have to deal with it.
I do want to make note that our lawyer said that when I was originally following Steve Coburn's lead and sending a certified letter and following up in the U.S. mail, he said that is the absolute perfect way to do it. I know there was a member that ridiculed that and thought that was really stupid, but our lawyer says that was
Standard
brilliant.
practice. I mean,
Yes.
that's standard.
The person that said that obviously wasn't what you're talking about.
That makes sense, so do it both ways.
Do it both ways.
Okay, so I would, Marvin, if you really want to go to executive session and talk about this some more, let's talk about that. You really feel it's important enough to do that?
If you're gonna send,
They haven't gotten any certified
Let's
stuff,
do
so.
that.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
if we hadn't done the certified yet, then we
I
may
think
be
that's a step that
premature
needs to be
legally
taken.
anyhow.
Okay, I will get the letter drawn up and I will email it.
So we need a motion.
I make a motion that we send a certified letter to the Murdochs for both the derelict car and the goats, and giving them 45 days from receipt of the letter to come in compliance. If not, we will take further action up to and including court. And I will follow also with a mailed private first class.
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion? All opposed?
All opposed?
No.
Sorry. Deed restriction, I'm sorry, Shelby, you want to take
No, that's it, thank you.
Deed restriction revision committee. We've kind of got together and had a couple of emails passed back and forth. I've been getting some information back from the group, and I'll send them a note on tomorrow morning with suggested maybe 2 different dates to get this thing kicked off and started. I'm really excited about this. I think it's good people who got some good ideas. I think this could be a great process for this community.
Can you go ahead and read who's on the committee, please, for the record?
John Zimbrowski, Rob Florence, Anthony Kachelski, Greg Henderson, and Phil. Pronounce it. I'm sorry.
I can't even pronounce it myself.
What is their last name? I think it's Katara.
Charlie.
Gregario?
Gregario.
Thank you. I apologize.
I'm like, who are we talking about?
And who are the
Gregario?
co-chairs?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Phil Guerrero.
Co-chairs, and we will be non-voting co-chairs, and Shelby, you said you volunteered to edit. I've also had another volunteer to edit, and I'll just ask the committee, it's George Tischler, and this isn't, I think it'd be perfectly fine to have George edit. That's, if he has a problem with that, somebody send me that.
Well, what do the edit people do?
They're gonna review whatever gets written
Spell
and
check.
make comments.
Okay.
and spell
Just make
check,
sure it's
that sort
complete
of thing.
sentences.
Okay.
Yeah. And, but George is pretty good at that.
He is very good.
He's,
That's great.
well,
In
we
fact, if
saw
he'll
what
do
he
it, I
did
would
with the
rather not. He could
compilation.
take minutes and all that.
Well, I don't expect him to come to meetings. In fact, I wanted him to be a blind eye.
Okay.
You know, to actually get it and not have any information, not having seen it.
Okay.
Because, you know, a blind eye like that, you know, always
It's
find
much
things.
better edited than
Fresh.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going, I'm said I would
I haven't
volunteer to
said-
edit, but I'd rather just have,
Sure.
I have enough going on.
Well,
so.
I think, and, you know, be available, and if you can't do it, fine, we'll have 2 or 3 people, hopefully, and whoever can take a piece of it, we'll go down that path. Okay, old business, progress of all 3. Marvin, John,
I want to thank the Women's Club again for getting everybody together, and I want to thank board members that were there. Not myself particularly, but
well,
Tommy.
thank yourself, you were there.
We worked, I mean, it was very hard, and Karen, I want to thank Karen for feeding us. Otherwise, we'd been really hungry. We started eating at about 1 o'clock, but we got the pathways laid. We got some other things in the south area to do yet. Mr. Smith, who owns 11 acres there, gave us the cement pipes. We have no way of picking them up because they weigh 2,500 to 3,000 pounds. So we're going to have to think about this, how we're going to pick them up. And I'd like to cover this under old business since we've been talking about updates on the common areas. On the south area, well, let me say the north area's finished up. We did get the pipes, Tommy and I, and John, whoever, we got the pipes down here. We worked Friday getting the pipes down here, and then we were able to cover up the 2 pipes down at the dam. They look a little bit high, but when this thing fills up on a very big rain, it'll take care of it. So we got that done in this west area. The south area is where we've been working Saturday, and we need to clean up maybe later about 3 or 4 acres of mulch and clean it up, because that's a big area down there.
It is.
So John proposed something